Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, how much do Arena's cosmetics really cost? So today, that is what we are going to be looking at. What is up, Planeswalkers, Theoric 6, back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. So today, we are going to be doing something a little bit shorter because of the fact that I have a ton of homework to do. So this is not going to be a normal video. It's just going to be me talking about cosmetics. And I made this post on Reddit, and it's the best post I've ever done. Because people on Reddit can be mean sometimes. That said, I still want you all to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It is still a good deal, and it still supports the show. Now, I've done this whole little breakdown thingy, and essentially, if you want a TLDR, to get all of the cosmetics in Arena right now using the best gem pack bundle would be about $820. Plus about 16,000 gold. But if you want to look and break that down a little bit further, I've done that here. So essentially, I went through the store, and I'm going to go to the actual Arena client in just a bit and talk about them going through that. But I went through the store and I looked at exactly what you can buy from there. And the $15 Explorer bundle, it does give you a sweet rebate of 3,500 gems. You can also buy use 10,000 gold for the Mana Sleeve bundle. I will say that's probably one of the ones that I think is the most mispriced because of the fact that there's not really a reason to buy them. They look okay, but they don't look great. And if you're going to end up getting a relatively cheap sleeve, you would probably just get the individual guild sleeves. That's not to say that maybe some people don't like any of the guild symbols, but I just think it's a bit strange to have that at 10,000 gold for the Mana Sleeve bundle. I think it should be substantially worse, or substantially lower. And of course, I need to actually double check and make sure that that's not what it is, because I went through and I did. Okay, yes, it is 10,000. I wasn't sure if I messed up the placement there, but still, who cares? 2,000 gems for the Guild Gate bundle, so you'll be able to get all of the Guild Gate in that cool new art. 6,000 gold for Angrath and Watley. You can instead use gems, but I think that it's easier for people to use gold there anyway. 1,200 for the Soul Ring sleeve. It's really strange that they put this in here because Soul Ring is one of the cards that I don't think is ever going to be in Arena. I shouldn't say ever, but something that's not going to be in Arena for several years, like 10 or so. So it's just interesting that they decided to put that in. A lot of people are clamoring for the fact that it's not the original Soul Ring. Personally, I like the shiny Soul Ring, like this version, a lot better. But art is art. Taste is up to you. 6,000 gold in total for all of the simple guild sleeves, which I think are actually really nice. I think those are pretty good value. If I'm going to be honest, I think each individual one of those is pretty well costed. And then, of course, 30,000 total for the guild bundles, and that is, of course, 3,000 gold per. Then from there, right, we can see this actual total from the shop. And then I went and looked at every single card style from the collection screen. And it looks as if there were 16 commons, 61 uncommons, 55 rares, and 22 mythics that you could buy from the collection screen. And that would be 6,400... or 64,000. No, it is 100. I'm dumb. 36,600, 55,000, and then 26,400 gems for each of those at these prices. And that leaves us with a total of these for the individual card styles. We add up this gem number up here to this one, and we get about 163,600 gems. And then you can take out that rebate that you got from the 15-pack bundle if you did end up going with that to get about this. And since the best deal for gems is actually that $100 bundle that gives you 20,000 gems, you can divide this number to get essentially just 8, which means you have to buy that bundle 8 times in order to actually get the total gems needed for all of this stuff, as well as the additional $15 for the actual Explorer's bundle, which gives you that rebate, right? So that's how I got to the numbers I did. I'm not going to put too much of my personal... not bias necessarily, but I'm not going to put too much of my personal feelings on how much that is, how expensive that is, because the money is the money. It is entirely up to you on whether or not you think that is something that is worthwhile for you. So essentially what I did here, just to give you all a little bit more of an idea, is I went through here and I just went to avatars, because we can buy these. Then I went to guild bundles, and just, it's literally only 10 of them, of course. So, just check those out. And for what it's worth, you get... I think that they should have added another iconic card for the guild bundles, right? Especially considering the fact that some of the guilds are better than others in terms of their leaders and cards, right? So let's look at something like let's look at the Selesnya one, right? Tristani and Amara, really good. Aurelia and Tajik, both played. Nikia, not very played. Damri is played, but you know, already we're seeing a bit of a discrepancy here. Then let's go over to something like the Dimir one. Atrata is not played. Lazav is played in very few places, but for the most part, this is a pretty bad bundle, and it sucks if you want to get the Lazav avatar. So I feel as if they probably should have included an additional card in here that was important. Maybe it was just like another impactful uncommon or something. You know, you could throw Knight of Autumn into the Selesnya one. You can throw in like Thought Erasure into this one, right? So there are things that I think they could have done a little bit better, because as of right now, the guild bundles really seem to just kind of be the avatars and the card backs, and kind of forcing you to get the shock lens with them. So you know, it kind of sucks, but still. And then of course the sleeves, soaring one, and then all of the guild ones, and then the featured one does have the exotic bundle, the Mana Sleeve bundle, and the Guildgate bundle. So that's where I found all of those, and then I went to decks. Oh, look at all the decks. Nope, collection, please, thank you. And then you go up here and you click on this, and then you can look through all of these. And what I did was I went through all of them to check if they were acquirable or not. Some things, I'm trying to remember one of them. Some things can't be purchased yet, and I'm very curious as to why. I assume that maybe these are actually being saved for events, right? That's what I assume is happening. I think that actually is Skewer the Critics on here? It isn't. I'm dumb. Skewer the Critics is over here. Okay, yeah. So based on the fact that Skewer of the Critics is one that we know we're getting from an event, my assumption is that any of the ones here that say, you know, cannot be purchased at this time are things that are going to be forced to be purchased, forced to be gotten from an event. That said, I am going to go ahead and buy something today. I'm not entirely sure what. Like the Mana Sleeve bundle, you know, these look crisp and nice. It's just whether or not it's actually like worth it for people, right? Also, I don't actually think I can buy things because of the fact that I would have to do PayPal things. I don't want to do that yet. Actually, you know what? Fine. This is going to be a super, like, as I said, super short video because I just wanted to go through what the actual things are. And I'll actually go through here and show you all the additional avatars.
You're just fuel for the fires.
Pretty good. I'm actually going to move myself. Whee! Cool. I don't want to be in the way. I'm annoyed that they use this Angrath because this is not the Angrath we had in closed beta. That's just the stupidest thing I could have done. But
We must act now.
Like Liliana's Bay, but Vannifar looks real crisp, man. So does Kaya. You know, Kaya's cool. Lazav is good for all those people who want that kind of edgy look to him. Rakdos.
My attention. Now don't waste it.
His voice is not nearly as deep as I think it should be, but you know, whatever. But I mean, you've got great stuff here, right? Like these are good choices, and I think if they keep going forward with things like this, it'll be better. I'm a little annoyed that they didn't also include the guild subordinates, so like Judith, Imara. Other cool ones that are interesting, I guess Atrata. She's cool. A little disappointed there because they could even split it up, right? Like these are mythic avatars, right, that you have to get the bundle for, and then you have the rare avatars that you just have to buy with gems, right? Like I don't know. I feel like they could do so much more because a lot of this art is just from cards. I assume it's not that hard to put like the cropped art into the game. I could be wrong.
You want our style? You got it.
Damri's garbage though. I'm absolutely going to do a an avatar ranking video. But for now, yeah, I think that's all that I'm going to talk about. As I said, this is a super short video. I know it's not going to be super popular, but that's fine. I wanted to give you all a video, and I think this is a really informative one. I'll give a little bit of my thoughts, right? I think that for the most part, these are cosmetics, right? These do nothing to advance your game. These do nothing to make your deck any better, right? Theoretically, if there are performance issues on older computers, older laptops, and things like that, and you have a literally blinged out deck, then I think there's some kind of pay-to-win things there because it's like circumventing the system and just like your opponent can't play the game because it keeps crashing from all your animations. But I think at the end of the day, you do not have to buy these, right? That said, I do think some of the individual practices are a little annoying, right? I think the Guildgate bundle, honestly, absolutely worth it. It has the Guildgates. It's 2,000 gems. And if you go to gems, right, that's somewhere between $10 and $20. It's like $15. But it does give you all 10, and you can play them immediately in a relatively cheap deck, right? If you're playing the Guildgate deck, or the Gates deck, I should say, that's a pretty inexpensive deck. And you can bling it out and say, hey, like, I'm this, like, cool, like, rich pauper type of thing. Or prince pauper type of thing. Could they have shot it down a little bit to be just $10? Absolutely. But I assume they had market people who were looking at these and saying, this is probably reasonable. But there are some things I think are short-sighted. The main one is the guild bundles. I think that the fact that they force you to get the guild bundles to get the Shocklands kinda sucks. I think that is going to help them get money, which is reasonable. Sorry, I got distracted by the shiny. But a lot of people have complained about this. I am not too pressed on it because you can still get the checklands, but it's difficult, right? Another thing that is kind of concerning is how long are these going to be in the system? Are they going to be in the system until War comes out? Are they going to be in the system until the fall set comes out? Are they going to be in the system till rotation? Right? Do they plan on ever doing deals, right? Any sales for these things like the guild bundles, right? And those are things that we don't have information on. And obviously they don't want to tell us that they're going to be sales right now, because then people wouldn't be buying them, right? They would just wait until the sales. So there's small things like that that just make me concerned or a little apprehensive. I mean, if you think about it, it's to buy those pack bundles is about $18-ish, something like that. 17, 18-ish dollars. And that's, that's not technically bad when you consider you're getting a premium, an avatar, and at least good two good cards. Sometimes you'll get 3. You will never get 4. I don't think any of the guild mages see play, right? No, none of the guild mages see play. So, like, for example, the Azorius one, you have 2 cards, right? 2 actual cards. This one, you have 3, right? All three kind of those cards playable. Maybe 2, right? Maybe 2. 3. Easily 3, right? Ral and Niv are both heavily played. Steam Vents heavily played. This one, arguably 2. There are some fun Rakdos things to be had, but, it's really up to you. And I think a lot of people are excusing Wizards, saying it is just a beta right now, and just having that be like a full blanket. We shouldn't blame them because it's just beta. And then some people are saying this is entirely predatory. How could Wizards do this? And I'm kind of in between, right? I think that this is still beta, so there's still time to change. But that said, I do think these prices are percentage points too high. I don't think they're egregious. I don't think they're trying to scam us, because we can earn gems in the game, right? If I head over to traditional draft right now, and I understand that you have to be decent at draft in order to actually start making money. Let's see. So, yeah, so to go even, you have to get 3 wins. I don't know if that's terrible. I don't know if it's easy to do, whatever. But to go infinite, where you're getting packs, and after a while, those packs are going to be giving you gems because you have opened all of the rares in the set, then, that's not terrible. But if you do really well at drafting specifically, you're going to be able to quickly just have those extra gems start rolling in to give you these paid cosmetics, right? The fact that Wizards allows us to open gems, I think, is very good. Because I played plenty of games that you can't get premium currency other than by paying money. So that's one thing that we do have to consider, and that Wizards probably considered when they figured out exactly how they wanted to price these, right? So I think that if it needs to change, it shouldn't be by much. But yeah, we have to. If you really feel strongly about this, you shouldn't buy the cosmetics, and you should let Wizards know, hey, I don't like this. You shouldn't yell at people who disagree with you. You shouldn't necessarily continually vent your frustrations on the internet, other than like contacting Wizards via Twitter or on the actual arena forums and say, hey, I don't like that these cost so much. I'm not going to buy them. All of the people I know who play Arena, they're not going to buy them. Or if you think that these are totally fine, buy them. I am going to be buying some of these, but what I want to do is I want you all to decide, for you all to decide which of the guilds I should buy first. So we're going to go into the store. Which of these guilds should I buy first? Whichever guild I buy first, I will play a game, or I'll make a deck and play a game with that avatar. As many of these cards as reasonable, right? Like, I might play an Atrada deck if people choose Dimir, but you know, I'm not going to be playing necessarily Dovin and Lavinia. Why is she just actually cropped up the screen? Why didn't she over to the side? That's strange. Whatever. But and I'll have the card sleeve as well. I couldn't get playmat out of my head. Yeah, so let me know in the comments which guild pack you want me to buy first, and I will make a deck with that, and I'll play it. And then that might just be something that I do for a while. So the first one's going to be open to everyone, but I think maybe after that I'll have patrons vote once a week or every 2 weeks or something, and say, hey, Justin, buy this guild bundle, play a deck with that, etc., etc. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it. I do, of course, hope that you all have found this information enlightening. As soon as it went live, I started counting because I thought that this would be an important topic that people would want to know. So that's why I posted on Reddit. Feel free to go to the Reddit post. I'll link it in the description to join the discussion and things like that if you don't want to have it just with my channel. I would like to, of course, thank my lovely patrons who really allow me to do things like this, right? I would not be able to buy these cosmetics and make the decks a little bit more interesting to look at and do this stuff without them. So especially thankful for Salamander and Croft. If you'd like to join them, you'll find links to that down in the description below. As I said, I will probably be doing some Patreon stuff with the guild bundles. Wizards has said that they don't right now have a way, or they don't have a way to gift things to people, but it does seem that they're going to try and do that at some point. So eventually I might start doing gift things to the patrons. But we'll cross that road when we come to it. If you'd like this video, go ahead and tap that like button, add a subscription to your Manipool cast account to the comment section down below, pass a turn in the vids to some of your friends, and until next time, all be one. I've got a ton of work to do. Excuse me.